Thank you, Historic Hotels of the World, for this award. We are sorry not to be with you tonight. The Great House Antigua is the last stone great house on the island, dating over 350 years. Mercer's Creek is believed to have been built in 1670 by Philip Watkins. On his instruction, it was created in the shape of a ship using solid white stone from the Cotswolds. During the 1940s, the walls of the Great House Antigua were filled with the icons from the Golden Era, names such as Greta Garbo, Frank Sinatra, Rita Hayworth, music, dancing, art, theatre, passion, poetry, and all of this hidden away in the private paradise in Antigua. In the 1970s, when Patricia and Jack Henderson bought the plantation estate, Patricia was very much aware of the work that lay ahead. However, having already rescued and replanted derelict land now known as Galleon Beach, she was ready for a new challenge. Gradually, Patricia restored the house to its former beauty whilst making it a home. Unwilling to compromise on the history and nature of the house, electricity was only added in the 1990s. Always wanting to incorporate the historical into modern living, among many of her projects was converting the original boiling house into a nursery for tropical planting, and the large copper boiling pots hold fish and water lilies. As grandchildren who wanted to celebrate our grandmother's life and home, we had a choice whether to keep it to ourselves or step into being hoteliers and open the doors up to the world to share the tropical paradise steeped in the history of the island. Patricia's daughter, Janie, and the granddaughters, Gabriella and Isabella, worked to transform the 350-year-old home fully into a boutique hotel.
As the only stone estate house on the island, and after a huge amount of research, we are keen to showcase the history of Antigua. The island is more than its tagline of 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. We have an incredible history and culture which the Great House aims to share while working with local historians and archaeologists. I'm currently on the board of the Heritage Trust of Antigua and Barbuda, and we are also working to add additional heritage projects to the island. I believe that history can often be presented as an afterthought. Hotels that position their historical architecture, antiques, literature, tales retold front and centre, making them a core pillar of how they market themselves, are rare these days. We pride ourselves on being true to our story, to the island and to the islanders of Antigua.
I had the most idyllic childhood, roaming through Antigua, discovering the windmills, the derelict ruins of great plantation houses, and going on digs and finding artefacts going right the way back through the ages of the island. I've always loved hearing people's memories and their history, the oral history of the people of Antigua, and by hearing them and recording them, holding on to them for future generations. My love of history led me to take an MA in historic furnishings and interior designs of the long Georgian period. This was a very important time in the history of our island of Antigua. With the knowledge I learned, I was able to use it to work with the local artisans and restorers on our furnishings. Equally fascinating has been the technical work carried out on the limestone water systems and the waterways, all of which make the history of our house so unique.
The Great House Antigua is now a combination of historic charm and privacy amid beautiful surroundings. We have combined an elegant atmosphere with unique and distinctive characteristics, creating an awe-inspiring stay. We are honoured to be awarded the Historic Hotels Worldwide Legendary Family Historic Hoteliers of the Year. Thank you for this privilege, and we plan to continue our work in this sector. If you are ever passing through, we welcome you to dip your toes into the wonders of the Great House Antigua.